Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody had a great week this last week. Um, I'm gonna apologize for how grainy and this camera on this computer kind of sucks. I'm gonna have to get out my webcam for my next video because I used my phone for my last one, and holy moly, the difference between that camera and this camera. But I I'm not sure how to do my scheduling of my uploads from my phone to so I'm learning. Like I said in my last video, you guys just got to bear with me on some of this stuff because I'm learning as I go. So anyway, so this week's video is I'm gonna start with what I consider the basics. Okay, I as I said in my last video, like I've noticed a lot of stay-at-home moms lately, like posting videos of themselves organizing, how they make things look pretty, and this and that and the other. You know what? That's great. That is great for y'all, for you women that have all day to go around your kids' schedules, take your kids to do what you want, and then you have time to do all that. We have to make time, those of us that work. I'm not bashing stay-at-home moms at all. I was a stay-at-home mom for years. Honestly, I don't know which I like better. I mean, I like having a job. I like the freedom. I like going to work every day and what? This is wild. What? Anyway, um I do kind of miss that, being able to stay home and have my house super organized and super clean at all times. But that's not my reality right now. And that's not reality for most of us. Most of us have to go to work. Most of us have to have both people in the house working. Stop it. Stop it. I have babies interrupting. Look at this one. Isn't this one precious? This is not the one that was bothering me the other day when I was doing that video. This is a different one. We're probably going to keep this one. This one. Yes, this one is. She is hilarious. She is so much braver and so much more adventurous than the other two. Like, it is hilarious. Anyway, stop it. She got me distracted here. I'm as I said, like this is more for those of us who are a total mess and we want to feel like we're getting it together, or at least trying to. And will you stop it? Will you? Will you? Ornery little thing. Anyway, oh, now she's gonna attack. The tickles. Oh, sorry. Um, like I don't know. I just know, like, I've been trying so hard to get it together, and I know that if I do things the way that I'm going to explain to y'all, because like I was saying in my last video, this is how when I was in school full time before and trying to juggle that, how I would do things, so that I could have, things were clean and organized, and I had time to do what I wanted to do, to have schoolwork time and time with the kids and time for this. It really does, having your life as organized as possible really does make things so much easier. So I'm gonna start with what I'm gonna call organizing 101, because I really do, I feel like it is so basic, um that you do this. I just flicked my clip across the room. I'll grab it in a minute, but that was pretty funny. That was kind of, yeah, that was kind of cool how I did that. But anyway, total accident. Um, like when I first had started college, I had taken like multiple different classes about, like there was one class where it was like how, like, they kind of like the basics of like how to juggle, work and school life and this and that. And so like I've taken ideas that I've gotten from like that class and from like some of my interior design classes that I took about organizing your time, and like things that I learned in those classes basically. And like, well, not every, but parts, bits and pieces is what I'm trying to say. I took bits and pieces from different classes that I learned things in school, and I've kind of made my own like system, I guess you would call it, for like how to get your stuff back together after it's become like a total mess. Like, because, people go through things. Like, sometimes you're depressed and you know, you don't feel like getting out of bed for days at a time, or you're sick, or a family member's sick and you're busy helping them, and things at your home fall to the wayside. Um, you get what I'm saying? So this will help. Like, this is the kind of thing, like I was saying before, for the people that are not organized, that are feeling a mess, and you want to be more like that organized friend that has the option to stay home and is able to, do all that all day. So anyway, so I do have a little project I want you guys to kind of do with the class, if you're able, which is to organize and schedule a month of your time. Okay, and I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. So, I also, in my comments, I will include some links as well for some things. So, you know, um, as I was saying, like, I'm gonna teach you guys how, at this point, how to organize your time. You want to get your days and your weeks planned out. Okay. So you will either need a planner, or if you want to download and print out templates, or you can even do like I did to start out, because I like to kind of do like a little bit of a plan on like a piece of, just a regular piece of paper. Um, because my weeks vary, and then I will switch it to my planner. Uh, One of the reasons I want to include some links for some templates, I have a kitten tunneling through my blanket now, is because one of the things that I used to do, um, honestly, when I was broke, when I didn't have as much money to work with as I do now, I would print out, because you can very cheaply, you can buy like printers for like 30-40 bucks now. If you're lucky, you can find them on sale this time of year, because it's back to school time. You can find them on sale for like $20 if you really do your research. So they're cheap, and they usually come with enough ink to last you about a month, maybe 2 months. And then a lot of them, like the one I have now, has a subscription where I think I pay like $15 a month or something, but I have like unlimited printing, because I some months I do tons of printing, and then other months I don't do any printing at all. It's, it varies. So I pay for that, and then when I run low on ink, they send me ink. I have the option to add paper. It's very convenient. But anyway, so what I will do though, and I wish I still had the one, I had made one and I can't find it. Like, I think it might still be in the stuff that's packed up that I haven't unpacked yet. I'm not sure, but I will I'll print out like a month, and then I'll print out like a week, the weekly sheets, and then I'll print out 12, a set of 12 for the year. And don't put anything in them, like the months or the dates or anything like that. Don't put anything in them when you're printing them out. Just leave them blank. You can do decorations if you want for like the months or whatever, and like put the month in it if you want, but don't put numbers in for the dates. And I'm going to explain why. Because what you're going to do is you're going to also get a binder. Oh, I'm sorry, they're being so cute. One's under the blanket tunneling around, and the other one's on top of the blanket attacking the one under the blanket. It is freaking funny. Anyway, sorry. So you'll get some sheet protectors also, and you'll take those sheets that you printed out and put them in the sheet protectors and put them in the binder in order, and then take a dry erase marker, and you now have made yourself a reusable 12-month planner. uh like I said, I wish I had that. You know what I'm saying? Because I would show it to you guys, but I don't know where it's at. I looked all through my binders that I have here, and all I have out here is work and school stuff. I don't know what I did with my cleaning binder, basically, because that's what I used it for, is to schedule my cleaning stuff. So well, like I said, you can use that, or you can just buy planners. That's what I did this time. Back to school time is a great time actually to buy planners, because you can get them, like I got these buy one get one half off. So I ended up paying like 30 bucks, I think, for both of them. I actually was buying one for myself and one for my son, but oldest son, he's like, I don't need that. We get planners at school and I don't even use it. So, okay, fine, whatever. But it worked out because actually I really, really love the planner that I had. But I didn't even look on the insides of them. And oh, I love it. So anyway, so I had got the planners. Like I said, this time of year is a great time of year for buying planners and stuff because back to school things will be on sale. So we're gonna get started by planning blocks of time. Okay, like I said, you can take a regular piece of notebook paper. You don't have to block it out like I did. Like I said, it's kind of hard to. My camera sucks on this computer. Like it's hard to see. I don't know if it's the lighting in here or just the camera itself or what, but I blocked it out. You don't necessarily have to do that. You can just even just write down like from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. I do this, from 7 a.m. to 8. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. But I like to use the scrap paper or the regular paper first. That way, if you make a mistake, because like I don't know, I have to do my planning 2 weeks at a time because of how my schedule is with the kids with their visitation with their dads. So that's how I'll block it out. I did 2 weeks and I blocked everything out. And yes, I will recycle this paper. I will either recycle it or burn it, one or the other. Most likely I'll burn it because we're gonna have a bonfire later on, and scrap paper is great for helping to start fires. But anyway, you're gonna block your time out. Like you'll notice I've got like and I've got work. That's my couple of hours I work, and then I come home for lunch. This is like Monday of week 1. This is how I put it on here. Like from 6 to 8, and actually this is inaccurate. This is like more for last year's school schedule because I have to get up at 5 this year. So from 5 to 8, I'm getting up kids. I'm getting them around for school. I'm trying to get myself in gear. I'm trying to start. I try to start cleaning things up in the morning before I leave for school or before I leave for work. That way there's less to do when I get home from work because I'm tired when I get home from work. I don't even want to cook dinner when I get home from work, let alone clean the house, but yet I do. I come home, I cook, I clean up things, I do laundry, I do this, I do that. Being a single parent is a very tough life, y'all. For those of y'all that don't know. But anyway, so I come home for lunch. I got all that on there. I let the dog out, and I go back to work until about 6 o'clock. Come home, make dinner, get the the kids' chores, kids' showers. Certain night because like I at least every other day I try to make sure they shower, their bedtime, and then I have time here that I work on planning my YouTube videos, or I have sometimes training stuff I'll have to do for work, all that kind of stuff. So pretty much that's all planned out different, but each day is different, is a little bit different because like some days I don't do the one job, I have a different job. I do my client, and then I have certain clients on those days. So like I marked those types of things out, okay? And then once you're sure you've got that all planned out, and like here's the main things you want to plan out your time blocks for: sleeping, working. You want to have time to relax and to spend time with your family. You're sometimes stamped out for cleaning and organizing and any other tasks like appointments, things like that. Always try to keep make sure you're flexible as you can be anyway, because you're gonna have appointments, things are gonna come up with kids. You get what I'm saying? Like, just because I know there's some people that like are extremely OCD and they're like, well, I have it, and it's not in my. Sometimes those are things we have to learn to roll with. I used to totally be so anal like that. Like, I'd have to have everything planned out. Like doctors, I was terrible. I had to really learn to let go of a lot of things. And so I don't know. I don't know if that's like a childhood thing or what. Okay. Let's see. Time blocks. Notice how like they're not super. I didn't make them super specific on here about like what you're cleaning that day, what you're organizing that day, what you're working on that day just yet. But there's time. There's time put aside for that. You have time when you get home. Give yourself 15-20 minutes when you get home to relax. That is a big thing for me, is like at the end of the day, I need at least a half an hour because I'm usually pretty mentally drained from work dealing with clients or with customers, depending. So sometimes, and here's the thing I found helps a lot too, and is a great thing about smartphones is you can set yourself an alarm. Like, if hey, I get home specifically at such and such time, I want 30 minutes to relax, set yourself an alarm for 30 minutes. Take your 30 minutes, relax. When your alarm goes off, I know it sucks and I know sometimes it's hard. Okay, now my alarm went off, it's time. I got to make dinner. I got to do this. I got to do that. That helps me sometimes. Sometimes I'll do that, but not always. Most of the time, I'm usually pretty good because I'll come home, I'll smoke about the amount of time that it takes me to smoke is about the time I need to relax, and then it's like, okay, I come out of my room, I'm sort of refreshed. I get me a nice new cold Pepsi and I start cooking and cleaning and laundry and trying to get the kids to do their chores and homework and showers and all that good stuff. So it's hectic, but you learn and you adapt. You roll with things. So, oh yes, and that is like this is the first step also of that project I was talking about with planning out your stuff is sitting down and doing your basic time blocks. Like, okay, this is what time, because most people have a pretty set work schedule. So you can schedule, or you can block, that's what I'm saying, you can block out your schedule. And like I said, once you've got it on there, you can move to planners. Now, this isn't like this week's. This is a couple months from now because this week's is a mess. I tend to scribble things, move things around, jot things on the side when I remember, like, oh, I needed to make this phone call for work or that phone. This is my work planner. This is my, as I was saying, it's got the dates, and I have written down, what times I work, what job, and then like on the days that I have clients, I didn't put their names in here for privacy reasons, but just the first initial, um, because and I can't show. That's another reason I won't show it because I have names written in there and times and what activities we're doing and stuff like that. So, that's what I try to do with my work one. I also have like um I have tons of little side things that I do for extra cash, like books and whatnot, and I'll write down like what book I'm reading this week and how many days I have to get it done, and things like that. So that's why I like these ones. I can, what I mean. Then my other one, which this is a whole nother lesson that we're gonna get into. This is my cleaning planner. Um, as I said, I have time slotted out for cleaning and organizing. These are how I plan my cleaning and organizing for the week. Again, that's going to be another video we do. I have my watering my plants, feeding my pets, making sure the kids shower. Oh no, that's on the other one. But yeah, the litter box, the kids chores. I don't have like the kids chores listed in here because we have charts for the kids chores. Like I was saying before about the templates, I used some of those templates and made some reusable chore charts for the kids, doing the exact same thing I said. I printed out the templates, I planned out those ones. Though, when you're doing like the chores for the week, you can totally print, put everything in there before you print those out and then print them out. Well, why are you under the blankies tunneling? What are you doing, cuteness? God, you guys are so cute. Anyway, so I make chore charts out of those, and then those are up on the side of the fridge so they know where they're at. They know when they do their chore to get the dry erase marker and to mark it off. It's actually a pretty good system that works well for us. It might not work for everyone. Everybody is different. Try what, just you gotta just try things and figure out what works for you, pretty much. Um, so anyways, that is organizing 101, the basics, getting your time organized, blocking out your time, figuring out when you're going to have time to get yourself cleaned up and organized and get all that fun stuff done. So, my video next week will be organizing 102, planning out your chores. I hope everybody has a great week this week.